What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of High Minded with McCarter. I am McCarter.
I am SK, McCarter's co-host.
Hell yeah, we are back with another episode talking to another badass entrepreneur that is in the cannabis space, kind of touching. His name is Ruben Cabrera, but he goes by Rube, or RubeZilla is his artist name. So he's an amazing street artist that is now into NFTs and does these amazing collaborations with cannabis brands. And we had a dope-ass conversation.
Yeah, he told us so much about NFTs. I felt like I didn't know anything going in, and coming out, I'm like, I can
know a little bit more
in NFTs maybe. Yeah, like the possibilities are there. At least there's knowledge on the market.
Yeah.
We also talked about the benefits of therapy, which I think you and I are both advocates of. Yeah, for sure. And it was really just great to talk to him. He was a Marine for many years before getting
a veteran with 3 children too, and they were adorable.
Yeah, I loved his story of like getting out of the Marines and going to his first dispensary and just like walking down the street feeling like
he was in a Kid Cudi video. Yes, I love that because that's how I used to feel too in high school. Like, smoking weed, listening to Kid Cudi, being like, oh my God, he understands me. Like someone else feels this way. It's not just me. Yeah, he's amazing. He grew up in New York, but he has Puerto Rican roots. So he has just a really cool perspective too, since those markets are now coming online as well. And he travels all over. He talks about going to LA and getting his first NFT actually gifted to him for like a project he did. So it was just super interesting. We explore so many different topics. Yeah. It was just interesting all around, but definitely touch on NFTs a lot at the beginning, then get into like his work and what he's doing with cannabis brands and hopefully the impact he's making. Yeah. And it was super interesting. I hope everyone enjoys it just as much as we did.
Yeah, it was really great to talk to him. This episode is brought to you by MJ Arsenal. Check them out, mjarsenal.com. And find us on Instagram at HighMindedPod.
Yeah, and you can also use our code for MJ Arsenal Glass to save. The code is McCarter Gets High. So be sure to use that at checkout to save. And thanks again for listening. Please be sure to rate and subscribe us. Give us 5 stars. We would love an amazing review because, helps us out in general.
Right.
So
tell us how we're doing.
Yeah, please. We love feedback.
Please, yes.
All right, enjoy and stay high.
I'm RubeZilla. My mother named me Ruben Cabrera, the third. But I am originally from New York, city of Buffalo. My family migrated to Brooklyn and Queens from Puerto Rico. My mom was like 12, 13. So just telling you that the heritage in New York. Just
Puerto Rican and New York.
Oh, yeah. New York, Puerto Rican, New Yorican.
That's
what they call us.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Yes. Thank you, Ruben, for coming on. We met in Vegas and then realized we had all of these mutual friends.
So many.
And then we met again at my favorite dispensary, Peaceful Choice.
Hey.
And then you made this amazing artwork hanging behind me. And then I was like, you have to come on my podcast. So I'm so happy you're finally here and for making the trek to Boulder. And I'm so happy and excited to discuss cannabis, the way your art is how you're collaborating with cannabis brands and perpetuating that art is going to live on, past us and just making your amazing mark.
Thank you.
Yeah. So why are you so connected with the cannabis industry specifically?
This.
Perfect.
I meet people, we talk, we go to dinner, we just kick it. I'll smoke weed with an owner or I'm friends with everyone from a bud tender to the guy who owns the grows to literally I'm helping facilitate a New York licensing purchase.
Damn.
I went from I used to fucking scrape change for Ace of Shake from fucking Sweet Leaf, bro. Yeah, that's right.
Oh my God.
On my lunch break, bro, just to hit little bowls. And even back then, I was like, homies, they would call me the stoner at work. I would
So you've always been connected to cannabis.
Yeah, just it's a natural.
Yeah, my family
extension.
sold drugs of sorts, and I don't know. Like, I remember watching my uncle break down a Philly, drive a car with his knees type shit. So like, weed has always been the culture. Like, I've been obsessed with hip hop. I wasn't like a pothead in high school by any means. Like, you know, it was like after I graduated high school, like I smoked weed for a bit. I was never somebody who was just like constantly re-upping though. Mm-hmm. You know, I smoked weed, it was whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't become a stoner until after the military. And then I was like legit the last couple months in the military. And then after I got out, like the day I got out, I hit a dispensary for the first time ever.
Wow.
And I was like, damn, just would hit a joint, walk into the grocery store. And like my world would be a Kid Cudi video.
That's how I used to feel.
Just like hit it twice and be like, whoa. It became a wild hippie.
Such
you know, we all go
good
through our
memories.
fucking, you know, like we immediately advance through our chakras and just like we become supreme being and then like the wild.
This is enlightenment.
Yeah, you start smoking weed the first summer you're enlightened, and then like the following winter you're wild depressed, and then you're just like trying to figure out the balance, and like we're all human again. But yeah, when my art kicked off, it was Lance Perryman who like commissioned me for the dab. Jericho out of Kansas City, I don't know if you guys know him from Fresh Karma. He had come to my Timbuktu opening, and he was just like, yo, we should paint our wall in our dispensary on Alameda. It's like tight. I spent 7 days doing that.
So cool.
Yeah, super, super fucking wild.
How big is that one?
I don't know measurements, but like 40 feet long, I want to say.
Okay,
10 feet tall.
And have you ever done like crush walls and stuff like that?
Yeah, I've done crush walls. I've done Colfax canvas.
You've been around the scene.
Girl, I just got back from the desert in California, in the Mojave Desert. I don't know if you know what Lake Dolores Water Park is. If you Google it, it's just like the first water park in America.
Oh, wow.
It's got a wild history. Wild, just look it up. It's a fucking wild history.
In that area, I'm sure.
Yeah, I hope they make a Netflix documentary about it. But anyways, I've been invited by the new owners to come paint one of the billboards. And I just painted like, that's 2,000 square feet.
Oh my gosh,
the biggest thing
that's
I've
so
painted.
cool.
So yeah,
Dude,
I've painted things. I painted. Thank you.
Nice.
That is amazing. Congratulations. You deserve
Dude, I remember when
all this and more.
I remember when I couldn't like beg people to paint walls and shit, or like offer to use my own paint. And be like,
I was gonna say or ask how long have you been painting?
consistently, like 5 years now. Like
Okay.
5 years. That's no. Hang on. I'm getting called out all the time because like I advance time. Like I'm 33 right now, but I'll say I'm 34. And it's just something my mom would do. But okay, I would say 4.5 years.
Okay.
So 5 years won't be until like, I don't know.
Do you feel like you like manifested this
Totally.
career?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Because like I started painting in 2017 just in my backyard. Just like my ex-wife was annoyed with me and I just like needed something to do. And like, I don't know, she like wanted to watch her. Long story short, I needed something to do. And shit, man, I knew I was falling apart mentally working at banks because it just wasn't me. Hated the culture. Like, I couldn't connect with people because like all the dudes just, I don't know, just dudes that worked at banks, man.
Yeah.
Like,
They're usually squares.
bro, I was painting graffiti on my lunch break, smoking weed. Like, of course I'm different.
They're like, where'd you get that tie?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's like I got dirty at my lunch break. Like I'm covered in paint type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot where we got on this rabbit hole, but
Or how
long
you
I've been
started
painting.
painted.
So right, and it was, I want to say, 2017 is when I started, and when I took the leap forever, like just to do art was like 2019. I like went to just be 2018. I went to be a security guard because I was like, I can't fucking work for the banks. I walked out. The lady called me a stoner, and like it was very just like I was persona non grata type shit. And I'm like, yo, like fuck. I in a high thought, I broke down how Nikola Tesla's magnetic conductor shit works, and I'm just like, I'm not stupid. Like, I googled this shit, and then it just so happened to find out that a man named Nikola Tesla already invented this shit. And I'm like, okay, yeah, he got there first, but like my brain works the same way, so I can't be too far off.
Yeah,
and if my brain works the way his brain works, then like it's got to work the way like other brilliant people's brains work. And like it's like one barrier I started to break down. And then I just like fucking left the banks. And then I would work security just because I could paint all day, like take care of my kids, and then just work overnight and draw overnight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was cool up until like I watched a guy like he committed suicide
oh fuck.
while I was at work. He like jumped off a building. I watched him. I was a first responder. Like I had to be there from like the whole time till they put him in the thing and took him away and give statements. So it was like,
God.
bro, it was hella traumatic.
Whoa.
It like fucked me up for a year, legit, bro.
I could not. I mean,
I had to go.
Sure.
Yeah, I went to therapy for a bit. Like honestly, like I'm after the other day. Like I think I'm ready to go back to therapy. Just like starting to process things in ways that like I wouldn't like to right now. And just like learning new skills that is important. And
we're very pro therapy.
We actually met through our DUI therapy course.
Fire.
Yeah, so
And I
therapy.
still use that therapist.
Dope.
Yeah, she's amazing.
That's what's
I can
up.
recommend. I can give you
Please,
her number.
please. Like I'm high key trying to get back in the game.
Beth is amazing.
Therapy saved my life, though.
Yeah.
Legit, because like I was like that brought up a bunch of other things I didn't know that I was like not dealing with. Things from my
Internalizing.
childhood. Yeah, things from the military, things from just like my personal life, and like also helped me realize that like my marriage wasn't the best thing for me mentally, and like I didn't like the person I was. However, my art form was something that it was cathartic for me since day one. Like after I went back to work, I was gonna leave, and this dude, he was just like, "You're in the military. You should be used to seeing people die. I don't see what the big deal is."
What the fuck?
And like at the time, like now I can say, "Yo, you're a dick, bro. You shouldn't say that to people." At the time, though, I was just like, I internalized that too. I'm just like, "Fuck, okay, wow." So I stayed there at work, and I just took like a box of Sharpies. I stole those from the hotel like storage room, and a pack of paper, computer paper, and I literally just sat there over and over and just started to see how many faces I can fit on a piece of paper, and just like process different emotions from like at the time like Mac Miller's album had just dropped. Swimming, and like it was definitely something like I wanted to say around the same time. I can't really remember, but it was something that that I had connected and like held on to because it like helped me surf through those emotional waves. And then he passed away shortly after that, and it fucking cooked me, bro. Like. I don't know, like you mourn a loss of someone you never met, and like I think that's the power of art, is because like I was telling my kids, like I make art not because I want people to feel what I felt during the suicide or whatever, but like there is an emotion or there's something you can connect to in that face, and whatever it is, that's for you. That's between you and God. That's between you and Jesus, baby. But like, I have nothing to do with that. Like, I'm just the conduit type thing. And like, that night, immediately I learned that just like, it was and still is a way for me to pass emotion. Yeah. And like kind of store it somewhere, put that energy and not have it within
channel
me.
It
truly,
instead of like repress it or
right.
Like,
and if you can make it beautiful, then like, what are you building after that type shit?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's so insightful.
Yeah.
And now time for a quick commercial break. MJ Arsenal Glass specializes in mini rigs and blunt bubblers. Their motto is less air equals more flavor, so you get the most out of your oil or flour.
Check them out at mjarsenal.com. Use code McCarterGetsHigh to save.
So recently into NFTs, which SK and I are like, wait, we want to know
everything. Yeah, we were talking about it a little bit before.
But we don't want you to give away your secrets, though.
No, man.
But if you want to, like,
feel
free. Yeah,
truly.
I'll take the secrets. Yeah,
Truly.
Whatever you want to give,
early, so
we'll be happy to receive.
Are we still too early on NFTs, or not too early, but like, are we too late? There we go.
You're definitely not too late. Because H&R Block has no idea how to deal with it, right?
Perfect. Yeah, that's when you know. I saw Coinbase now has like a portfolio section for NFTs, and I was like, okay, if Coinbase is there, am I too late?
Listen, I'm not here to give financial advice.
Right.
Oh, however,
we need to
disclaimer, this is not financial advice at all. I can just tell you
this
my
is for
experience.
Entertainment purposes only. We need to get it back on you. Oh, no. Don't put it on me. People want to see you.
Yeah, they logged off immediately.
Yeah, they're like, who's this white bitch?
All right, so I think I told you guys the first time, if you're not now already, anyone listening, anyone working, anyone working for themselves, take crypto for payment. Like, start getting paid in Ethereum, ApeCoin, anything. Like, get yourself a Coinbase wallet and just put it there. Like, same way you can pay me in Apple Pay or Venmo is the same way you can send me Ethereum to my wallet. And that's just one small way to get yourself in the game. Like, start to see how your money makes money for itself. It's the easiest way to understand the stock market. A lot of people want it to seem overwhelming and scary, especially for women and people of color. Because, like, no offense, don't come at me, but they just want a bunch of Mark Cubans up there. And I'm sure he's a really good dude. I have no idea, like, how he thinks. But, like, for me, it's just, like, rich, older, white male.
Yeah.
And, like, obviously, my entire life, that's just where I've seen the wealth sit. So being able to grow up and watch Jay-Z do it for himself and Master P, like, those are my literal heroes. Those are the only people who I'm watching, like, trying to figure out my own game, trying to come up as Rube. I read some Andrew Carnegie books, but they were, like, written too long ago.
So long ago.
They were written way too long ago. But yeah, so one, start getting paid in crypto. That was like, whoa, dope.
Okay, if one wants to get paid in crypto, how does that work? Like, how do I know the exchange rate? Do I go with, like, today it's this much, so just send me $25
Well,
worth
and I
today.
feel like, hold on, the first thing is people don't even know which one is legit out of, like, crypto.
Sure.
Like, I feel like Bitcoin was the first one.
Oh, man, this is such a good talk right now. I'm glad to be doing this right now. Like, I can talk about art and weed. That's easy. But, like, educating on crypto, because I feel like
it all ties in.
I understand it. So
you know?
here we go.
Like, I own some crypto and a little bit. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, and one more.
There you go.
Cosmo
So
coin?
essentially,
I lost $100 on Dogecoin. That's all I know.
This is my wallet here, no?
Okay.
Okay, so my phone is your
wallet.
phone.
It's your digital wallet.
So Apple, I'll break this down. Apple has been giving us NFTs since you were able to get on a plane, since you were able to get your Starbucks.
Okay, so your Apple wallet.
So, like, in Apple, eventually, pretty soon here, you're going to be able to, like, use your NFTs. So, now, cryptocurrency is currency, right? It's this is currency, dollars are currency, anything that you can trade, right? So you have Bitcoin, you have Ethereum, you have Litecoin, Dogecoin, things like that. And yes, based off on how many people are, like, dumping and buying throughout the week, it fluctuates. It goes up and down, just like any other stock, just like any other asset.
Economics.
Right.
Basic economics.
Except how I approached crypto, or at least it broke down to me, is just like way easier and then, like, speedier version of what's happening.
It's like supply and demand, but in a huge...
Right. Just like in real time constantly. And what the dudes that are screaming in the bullpen, like in New York Stock Exchange right now, like we just got it on our phone and we just understand it now. We're just like, all right, cool, sweet. Dogecoin is going down. I put $100 into it. Let me flip that over to Solana because Solana's going up today. Okay. And so for instance, this morning, I saw that Ethereum was going down, I think.
Oh, my Ethereum.
I think. And then when you say that going down, like it sounds crazy, but like it's just literally throughout the day. And you know what I mean? Right. And when it dumps, you know it's going to pump, regardless.
Yeah. So then you day don't trade you just crypto. Leave it in though?
Some days I day trade. I'm not saying that like I'm a master day trader. If I gave myself like the focus and just like, stop fucking around doing art and like being a dad,
right?
Like if for a week,
like my whole life is only day
trade. I know some dudes that's all they do is they just move their money around. They'll wake up, move their money around every 4 hours, and then just like go back to chilling.
Wow,
which is a life. That is so cool. I wish my brain doesn't work that way though. I wish it did. You know what I mean? Like totally. I would rather, I don't know, like. I have other like impulses that I act off of.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Tyler, the creator, said it best. He was just like, I don't have an NFT, but I have a car from 1952 and a $2,000 bicycle that I drove up to the top of a mountain and I rode around. I was like, cool. You're enjoying in real time, like you're sweet. So like, however, I there's a huge misconception that like NFTs and crypto is just like this world that like the video game Halo kids made up and got sucked into. When like, no, really it's going to be proof of verification. You're not going to have like politicians washing money through Senate anymore. You're not going to have like, you know, people fucking around in the stock market. Like there's going to be a lot more public access and views. And it's like, it's not going to be like this violent world anymore where just like people are hanging politicians and you know, heads of companies because of shit, you know, is coming to light. It's just going to be like, oh, fuck. All right, well, everyone's going to see how full of shit we are. Like, you're going to have to follow a mold. Pretty soon, like, NFTs won't be cute pandas anymore. Shout out friendly pandas. But they'll be blood records. Fucking gun records, bro. Like,
yeah, do you think full transparency is part of it? Part of like Web3?
Absolutely. And that decentralization and like the fact that you can like it's public access and public view for everybody is that I feel like that's why people are kind of shooting it down. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Right. It's like we can't hide our money anymore. There's no like Bermuda
right. There's no more offshore accounts. Like, where's this bread at, bro? Like, you got all this in crypto. Where's, you know, I don't know. Honestly, like, I can't speak on that far. Let me reel it all back to, like, how I got in.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, my bad.
And we'd love any more of your history, too.
Yes.
For sure. And, like, I feel like the way I got in is so important and, like, integral to, like my involvement in crypto because, like, I was just a regular person. Regular artist. Was in town for LA for the LA Art Show. Had a homie named Jan Meister. Look him up. He's brilliant. He just invited me to stay with him while I was in town. He was like, "Hey, let's stay with me if you help me paint these monkeys." I was like, all right, I'll paint some monkeys. Next day at the party, fucking everyone was freaking out. Place was packed. I was like, what the hell are they talking about? They gave me an NFT the day after that. I was like, what is this? Then I started to see that, all right, this picture that they put me on the phone, whether I give a fuck about it or not, there are people out there who do. And I'm a father of 3 kids, and I got debt, and I'm a working artist, and I'm trying to figure my life out. I have now I have an asset, like a digital asset that people are using. We don't have to break down and like, why is it worse? Like, that's a whole nother conversation we can smoke about. But
yes, totally.
But I was able to see, like, obviously through OpenSea and MetaMask and stuff like that. Like, these are just apps that I'll break you guys down on. But I was able to see the volume, like, at which they were being traded and how many people wanted one. So think Pokemon cards. You don't give a shit about Pokemon cards, but there's some guy who made $2 million off a Charizard, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Does that not apply to our lives?
Yeah.
It does, because he made $2 million.
Right.
Right.
Who
It's
doesn't
like you
want
might not
$2
care
million?
about Pokemon cards, but you care about money.
Bro, I had a Charizard. My first soccer game, I'll never forget it. My first pack of Pokemon cards. My mom was never the lady to let us buy stupid shit. I don't know. She was feeling good that day. She let us go buy Pokemon cards. My first pack ever, I put this on all my kids. I had a Charizard. I was like, what? And then I was a dumbass. A couple weeks later, I traded it to my homie because I liked the art on his card. He had a Scyther, and I'll never forget it because when I saw the episode, I was like, this Pokemon's whack. And it's kind of like, it's super reminiscent of what's going on now because like when I got that NFT, the Pokemon card, like I waited a few days or weeks and I sold it. But when I saw $20,000, my big amount, I was like, we should bleep out the account, the amount, so people don't rob me.
Yes.
But when I saw the amount of, what I traded it for, I was like, holy shit, this is real. And then I was able to I reinvested some of that. I paid off a bunch of debt and like, okay, wow, this came out of nowhere. And then it hit me that there are people doing this all day long.
Wow.
Every day. And like I have friends, I got a homie in Nebraska right now. And he's got 2 kids, beautiful family. He's my age. And just like, only thing he does is buy, sell, trade NFTs all day long. And like,
and
got a lot of money.
I'm like, how much has he made off of it?
Oh, man.
How many digits?
Over 6 figures because his wife's in the game too. She knows what she's doing. So they're both at it. And then on top of that, like on certain things like the apes, right? They release, you're an ape holder, so you have it, your ape.
Okay.
Now we're gonna give you this, which is something else for you to be able to trade, or buy and sell, something of value. So another NFT.
Okay.
And since people can't afford this, they're probably just gonna buy that one off you because like this one came after.
Okay.
And that's why like the apes kept airdropping more and more shit to their people, and their people kept holding their stuff because like, yo, if you hold on to your shit and don't sell it, it's gonna be worth more.
Yeah.
Just like my Yeezys, just like all these sneakers, and so you take Pokemon cards and sneaker culture, and it all comes back. I don't know what girls used to trade back in the day. I'm sorry, I'm not.
I was
versed.
Pokemon cards, so that's
right.
Yeah.
Pogs.
I had some Pokemon cards, but I wasn't really into any of that. I just played sports a lot.
Right now, my
and then I got into weed.
Fair.
So it was like sports and then weed.
Which
Although
is
I
funny,
did watch a really good
because
documentary.
hella weed heads and athletes are into NFTs. Like I am both.
Right. So that's
I play
why
mad sports too.
That's why I'm like, okay, I feel like this is something I should get into, but I also don't want to like, I don't know, be doing something that I don't know shit about and be fronting on. I don't know, like.
No,
I
honestly,
think I'm gonna spend like a week trying to.
But then it's also like you can learn so much just
on Twitter?
On the internet. Yes.
Okay, so right now, if you guys follow Friendly Pandas,
okay,
and just start to hop in the Friendly Pandas.
How do you
Twitter
spell
spaces,
it?
FREN.
IEN.
No I.
Oh no I.
Okay.
Just friendly, like so.
Wow, I'm glad you asked.
See?
Yeah, for real, because like.
I'm sure that
NFTs has kicked off a brand new Twitter culture, which is crazy because I was around, my first Twitter I activated in 2009, and then like I was around for Black Twitter, like I thrived on Black Twitter.
nice.
My best friend, Hibachi Poppy, look him up, Obama follows him. Like
Oh my God, really?
Yes, he's my best friend from 10th grade, and he's just like the funniest human I've ever met.
Wow.
And he's just...
Well, it's like news combined with culture, combined with memes.
There you go. So like now NFTs, which was like birthed in Discord and Reddit, is just like, all right, now you have... They didn't took over Twitter because like all those guys are heads of companies at Adidas, Apple. Like, so the mass adoption through these corporations is going to happen overnight. So that's why you're going to be buying burgers with your MetaMask pretty soon. You're going to need a... McDonald's token, like it's all gonna happen. It's all
gonna be currency.
The same way, my son has to buy a Nintendo coin before he can buy the game. All the same shit. Yeah. So like we've been prepped for this, and now the only difference is we're so smart. We all go to YouTube University. We're able to make this a fucking practical application immediately for us. So like now, like all of this corporate shit that they would like implement onto society is available for like just regular public consumption. So like now we're able to build our own businesses and companies, and that's, I feel like, why when you're able to like understand this before it becomes mass adoption, Like, all the money will be, when it's easy to understand, all the money to be made will have been gone.
Yeah, like you need to have the advantage somehow.
It's like if you were buying Bitcoin in 2000.
For sure, and I'll never stop saying it. There's not enough women. There's not enough loud female voices in the Web3 space.
I'm ready.
Educate yourselves. Just sit inside of some of these spaces and learn. Ask questions. If people want to fucking be arrogant, that's their problem. And like, cool, you don't know how to network, bro.
What about Clubhouse? Do you use Clubhouse?
Fuck Clubhouse. Fuck Clubhouse. I'll say it twice. Sorry.
I love it.
It's just like a popularity
No, I love that
contest.
you're saying that. I hate Clubhouse.
Yeah, y'all.
Yeah, no, I was curious.
Come at me, Clubhouse.
Like, I'm not
Sue me.
curious anymore. Yeah.
I feel like it was really hot for a second and it's kind of died down.
Twitter Spaces ate it alive because like now you can do the same thing there, and there's an actual social it's actually tied to it. It's not just like a bunch of pretend folks talking out of their asses. You can have a space, and the reason why like I'm pushing like these panda Twitter Spaces is because like I watched a dude who was my videographer 1 week and no fucking clue what NFTs were. He's taking my pictures, shooting me 3D content while I was at the water park. I put him onto the pandas, and then a couple days later, he's like, "Bro, I made this much money." And now I listen to him in the spaces, and he's up there talking with these people, just holding his own. Talking like, "Yo, this one's rarity traits. This is how much it's worth," and he's just like finding any introduction and finding a community, just like anything else that you're trying to get involved in. Just like you just put yourself out there.
You just gotta do it.
Yeah.
Real talk, do it. And like, if I see you guys pop up in these spaces, you guys know how to talk on mics. I hear some of these dudes just talking, and I'm like, bro, we are not trying to listen to another white straight male tell us things. Like,
oh my gosh, yeah. Like,
sorry.
No, I literally want to tell people that sometimes. It's like,
do it.
Haven't you
we
gotten?
need to hear it from you. Like, they need to hear.
Right. It's
hearing
like,
it from me is
next.
gonna be hate, but like hearing it like. And it doesn't have to be in like this spicy way. I'm from New York. It's the only way I know how to talk to people. I love hanging out with people from the Midwest because they teach me how to be like nice, nasty.
And bless your soul. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they tell you sound like an idiot with like also serving you pie type shit. Like,
Totally.
come here, baby. You sound stupid. Wow.
I still want to spend time at your house. I still feel so welcome.
Right. You know. So like, I don't know. It's just.
Wait, but what are the rarities?
Okay, so certain NFT projects. Now anything can be an NFT, literally. Fucking, you can turn anything into an NFT.
So wait, can you help us turn our logo into it?
Okay, let me ask you a question. What's the purpose of your NFT? Turning your logo into an NFT?
Just
For what?
As
No, answer the question as honestly as possible.
destigmatize cannabis.
Okay, and then. Do you have like a plan for it? Like, are you gonna just give it away to people? Are you gonna sell it to people?
I don't know.
So
is it gonna hold any value?
Image,
Yeah, you see, there's so many.
If you have one image, can you have like 10 copies of it?
Oh, you can have a billion.
Okay.
Yeah, as many as you want.
And it's
So
like
what would we
currency,
do?
Like,
all right.
so it's like a rare coin.
Can you give us
it's
some
like,
free?
Let me get my book,
Oh.
the coloring book.
Okay.
And yeah, for sure.
Because I have one of these.
Okay.
And
I gave her one.
I love it.
Before I keep talking, I just like, again, anything I say is coming from like the most loving. I'm talking to my sisters, like trying to put
You're
y'all down. This
amazing.
is just how I talk.
Yes.
I'm not talking at you
No,
or down
I
to
know.
you.
You're great.
Cool. I don't know anything more
great.
than most people. Okay, so. Whoop. Damn, we got views. All right, I had to pause for that. Okay, so, for instance, when I dropped my first collection, I took pieces from my 2018 run. So, like, I started drawing faces back in 2018.
Yes.
And it was literally for, like, the last 5-6 months of the year. So there's so much that happened in 6 months of my career that accounted for where I'm at now.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first month the first month of me drawing my first face, I had a deal with Timbuktu backpacks,
Wow.
worldwide collaboration.
Whoa.
Right, literally.
Wait, how did they discover you?
The manager saw my shit on Instagram and was just like, "Yo,
Whoa.
bro, pull through the shop. We have these bags that aren't selling. I think it'd look cool." I went and picked it up. I drew on the bag. He was just like, "That's fire. You know, you're welcome to keep the bag. We'll post it and do some promo or whatever." Can't promise you anything. We posted it up. It was cool. No one really cared. Then the CEO, Patty Cazzato, I love her. Anytime I'm ever talking, I always bring her name up. Patty, I love you. She's no longer the CEO there. At the time, every main chair at that company was held by a woman, and it was so fire.
Fuck yes.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you'll feel.
Yes.
Right now, they like sold off to the people who own North Face and shit. So it's just like a whack ass little conglomerate.
Yeah.
But whatever. Anywho, so that was like the very first month, and then like Patty Cazzato, she walked into the building, or I'd walked in and she was leaving, and I had the backpack up front because I was late to the party. And she stops. She has bags in her hand. She's like, "Who are you? Come with me. I'm changing your life tonight."
Oh my God.
First words. And I was like, okay. Came to the back room. She was just like, who is this young man? She's like, do you have more art? Why is your art not in the store next to these bags? Why aren't these bags in the stores? So she had the lady from Singapore in the room. The lady who ran like Asia, Singapore. The design director, she like did one of these, had everybody meet in the back room. Yeah, she was just like, hey, let's cut something out. We need these bags. Can you do 50? And she was like, can you do 25? And I was just like, yeah, I could do 50. She was like, by hand? I did 50. So 50 in 2 weeks, I drew by hand.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Jesus.
my homie Jerm was the first one. He's got the first bag and the last bag I ever drew. So
wow.
He's the guy who vaults a lot of my shit. So
nice.
You never know. But yeah, then like right after that, right after I had met them, was the first dispensary that was just like, yo, the Dab. So Lance Perryman was like, I fuck with your shit. He's got a bunch of like my originals in his house. It's like stuff no one's ever seen before. I have a clock that he stole from his own store just to have in his home. Yeah, like Lance Perryman fucks with my art. He like supported me since day one. Just like put me in a bunch of rooms. Same with, and like shortly after that, I met Dwayne. Dwayne introduced me to Cheech Marin. And like,
wow.
And again, shortly after that, I end up just bullshitting my way to the front gate at High Times. And then my man Aldo Caldo, who's a legend in the game, musically, he has his own day in Austin. Like, he played bass for Menudo. Like, he's the reason why your Siri beatboxes. When you tell Siri to beatbox,
whoa,
she'll go boots and cats. It's my homie. He wrote the joke.
Oh my God.
Anyways, that dude, he was just like the festival director, and he fucking he saw that I was bullshitting. I was with my homies Chelsea and Germ. We were like, yeah, we're the VIP artists. We're here to paint in VIP. And he saw that we were bullshitting. They couldn't find our names. He was like, hey, no, they just called me. They're with me. Yeah. They just got those guys today. Brett, go get him. So Aldo and Brett, I hella name dropping these things. Yeah. Boom. So after that, like, life exploded. Came back from High Times, and everyone wanted to collab and shit. So, so I took all that. It happened very quickly, right? And I was like, damn, half that shit doesn't even exist. I sold art for $50 back then. Now I'm literally getting paid 3 zeros at the end of at the end of the comma for canvases, which is nuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I took all of like that experience. And I was like, cool, I'll put that into a collection. And since like half the people who know me now, the great majority of the people who know me now they have no recollection of like my first 6 months and why people even appreciate my shit.
Yeah.
So when you go buy a Rube NFT, you go mint one. Now it's called minting. And then when you get a card that's in mint condition, right? You heard that before? It's just because like it comes from the mint.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
When things come from the mint.
Yeah.
Currency. So is that starting to make sense?
Okay, yes.
Etymology is something that I fell in love with because I grew up, with my mom talking like a 1980s party girl from New York City. But then I also like I had to go to this white high school and like I had to like talk both ways, like figure it out, and just like I also couldn't talk like my mom at my mom. She'd tell me to talk right. And I'm like, you can barely speak English. It's crazy. Anyways, so when you mint like a Rube NFT, like most projects, at random you'll get a piece, right? Yeah. And these are 2 different pieces. But like, let's say for instance, in my collection, every single one of them is a 1 of 1. And this is just a coloring book. This is not my NFT collection whatsoever. but every piece that you mint is a one of one. Oh shit! Peaceful Choice is outside.
Oh, hey, Peaceful Choice.
Can we let them in so they can?
Yeah.
They brought some weed.
Yeah. Who is it?
Francisco.
Fuck yeah! Bring him in.
He just we outside.
Bring him up.
I'll jump right in. Shout out Secret Society.
Yes.
I don't know if I know you guys don't know what it is because it's a secret society. Duh.
Yeah, in the name.
I just love the name.
No, for real. So Secret Society, you'll start seeing it pop up. It was so on Twitter, if you follow him, Richie Rich, dude out of California, the same dude who's like, let's get drinks in Beverly Hills. I'm like, no. My pocket's not Beverly Hills like yours. I'm still an artist. I'm not an NFT guy. But brilliant dude and shit, incubated a project that is sort of linking together all of the cannabis networks throughout the nation.
Cool.
Also working on shit in Barcelona, Spain. I don't know. Maybe. But being able to... So the same way... All right. This is a perfect example. This right here is a wallet. Let's pretend it's a crypto wallet. In your crypto wallet, you have NFTs.
Okay.
And the utility in that NFT gets you high. I don't know.
Nice, but like my dispensary can have an NFT collection, and it's like when you...
Legitimately.
Yeah.
So like now, what Secret Society has done is made it a lot, is making it seamless for dispensaries and that discount system. So my phone, or he'll show you his MetaMask in a second, what the Secret Society pass looks like.
Wait, you actually like get...
Yeah, it exists. So like now when I go to LA this weekend...
See, that's what I don't understand is like having something tangible versus not tangible.
Baby girl, this is why I'm here to talk about it.
You're amazing.
So, yes, the same way you can have a picture of something, right? Mm-hmm. The reason why I asked, like you wanted to turn this into an NFT. Right.
Okay.
So his photo, which it should play a little animation and twirls and shit.
Oh, so you don't actually have like a card thing that's like a...
It's just like on the...
It's just on your phone.
So
like
the same way you do your Apple Pay wallet.
Yeah.
So it's the same way of you do.
Oh, it's just in your...
Give Apple like a year to catch up or some shit. I'm sure they've already got it and they're just waiting to slap us in the head with it. I'm like, oh, iPhone 16, by the way, here.
Yeah, it's like they need a reason to line everyone up.
Yeah, they need a reason. So like when they dropped that, again, I was telling you that's essentially a crypto wallet because what can he do with this NFT? He can buy shit.
Yeah.
He can access Visa money.
Wait, so then will it just like go down a little bit on his like amount?
Not at all. So this right here, the reason why like him holding this pass or like you holding this NFT, right?
Yeah.
Is now when I'm pulling up this weekend to Vegas for NFT LA. I'm sorry, excuse me, to LA for NFT LA. I have my pass, my stoner pass. I'm going to order weed from like their partner, and now like I get 40% off my order, free delivery. I don't have to go look for a plug, look for a dispensary, like hope I'm not going to get robbed in New York because yes, there's a network in New York. Hope I'm not going to pull up to some city and get narked like under the Secret Society, understanding that there's like a legit viable cannabis network already worked out for you, and like now your discounts there. On top of that, though, is just like the apes, just like those societies with the tokens that are released worth value, is now over time, after they're all minted out, okay, all the money from buying, selling, and trading. Now, when your stoner tokens, whatever they call it, I don't know, when your token is released, right? Let's pretend same shit happened here. Everybody got the McCarter NFT. You gave it for free, okay?
Okay.
And now,
do people do that?
Yeah, all the time.
And then it's like your free thing. It's like,
So, like, now,
I'll give you $5 for it.
But now, like, I can only listen to McCarter's. McCarter gets high with Old Dirty Bastard. McCarter gets high with Wu-Tang. And like now I have access to these things, and like now you're able to. I don't want to say gatekeep content, but you're literally able to just market directly to your audience and how. So like, all right, cool. I gave this away, but all right. Maybe it's not doing anything for me. And she's a huge fan of McCarter Gets High and everything that you've been doing. And like, you partner with Sensi's and y'all throw parties with such and such, and the way that you can get in is if you got the Rube NFT. Because yes, by the way, anytime that you go to an event that I'm involved in, if you got a Rube NFT, they're going to treat you like you treat me, like including dispensaries. So like legitimately. So for me, what I have worked out is just like there are tons of partners that like give me free product and shit, and I'm like, stop, give it to my people, because like it's going to help us all in the end. It's like now. You know, you want dialed in gummies, you want soy cubano shit. All right, go get the fucking Rube NFT or whatever. Yeah. Same with you. Like, that's how you work with your sponsors. This is literally free game. So whoever's like, you know, pitching you checks or giving you free product, be like, stop for, you know, let's do it this way instead. I give my people 10% off. Peaceful choice. When somebody walks in there, I'm going to give you this NFT and make sure that you do have value and money in your pocket. Because, like, yes, when they release a token and things like that, he's going to reap the benefit. It's going to hit his wallet. He's going to get an airdrop the same way she got this thing, right? So, like, now, just by you holding on to this pass, like, you have benefits just to hold on to it. But now, long term, you have return stake on investment and things like that. So, you being able to apply that to, like, your very own stuff, like, that is, like me figuring that out is like now I'm making a lot more sense of what I'm trying to do, because yeah, it makes sense for any dispensary I call up to be like, yo, if I do give you this NFT, you're gonna give my people this shit. And I'm like, word, because now you can see how we're all winning at the same time. People are afraid of NFTs. It's like, what's the point of a social media influencer? Like, we're starting to see those get washed out real quick because, like, no one gives a fuck about hype. Like, what are you really doing? Not what did you do? What are you working towards? And, like, you know, it's just like, look at Murakami. The dude did Kanye's album for fucking graduation, and now everybody knows his name and his flowers, right? So, like what? It's never... it's never a short game with anything. Anytime I've ever worked with anybody, it's just like, all right, your action now, like that's to quantify in multiple ways. And I love like with the Web3 space and the metaverse and NFTs is because like, yeah, me dropping this package of pre-rolls, it was more than just like, all right, buy my weed. I can give you a 10-second pitch now on NFTs and you understand it because I fucking put this in your hand.
Yeah.
True or false?
True.
Boom. Game over. So, like, again, just understanding that whole part of it is, I feel you giving that to your audience and giving them something of true value, not just you trying to make money off of them, but like, how are you collectively building something together? It's why I love the Pandas so much, because, like, the dudes put it together. You know, they're just like, you know what? Fuck it. There is an environmental crisis going on due to Web3 and mining and like all this shit. Okay?
I've heard some of that.
Okay, so how are we going to combat that? Me as a graffiti writer, I'm ready for the conversation. Like, I need somebody to yell at me about like, yeah, we're making beautiful art on walls, but we're kicking hella gas into the environment. We're wasting all these aluminum cans. What are we doing with them? All these caps that like they just... throw and waste. Like, I truthfully, anybody in the world like can help me figure out how to fucking make biodegradable spray paint caps, like that would change a lot of shit. And like more than making money off of it, it's just like small steps. So like when you do buy into a society like the Pandas, again, I have my own shit that I could be shilling right now and selling to people, but like you see that people have their 10 steps ahead of you in the sense that like, all right, they're already donating to fucking the World Wildlife Foundation and creating mental health services and creating, you know, mental health charity groups that are there for folks who like...
That's so important.
Dude, like, especially in any space or culture, there needs to be that conversation always being had.
Yeah.
And like... I don't know, I was in the military for 8 years. I don't know if many people know that. I was a Marine. And, like, my least favorite part about that, looking back, at the time, like, it wasn't anything. But now when I look back, it's just, like, how hard we were on each other's mental. And just, like how much space we didn't allow for, like, mental vulnerability and, like, decompression and release. And I feel like even you guys podcasts. Like I listen to podcasts more than I listen to music these days because I'm just like it's mental decompression. Like all right, I'm relating to people. It's just like all right, people being vulnerable and I can agree and like I'm in my car driving type shit.
Right. It's
and
connection.
Feel like I'm not alone.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But yes.
So much. There's so much. There's so many ways we could go. Wait,
Yes.
we need to ask our final question.
Yeah, we ask everybody one question.
Oh, wait, but I did want to ask you, kind of two questions.
Okay.
First one is, what do you see as the future of the cannabis industry?
Honestly, just like nothing crazy. I honestly feel like the future of the cannabis industry is going to be hella standard. It's going to be very marble.
More rules and regulations.
Yeah, super duper regulated. As regulated as you can get it to where, ultimately the government can say that they're using it for the federal benefit.
Right.
So like, yeah, it's going to be hella standardized. I think we're going to get new drug laws eventually. So like on trappers and street dealers, like, yeah, they're going to decriminalize, but it's going to classify other shit once like, federalization comes around. So like if you get caught moving fucking weed, you're going to be fucked.
It's like
shit.
Tax evasion now instead
Yeah.
of
Now
something else, but it's like,
they'll make it a federal crime type shit.
I see.
But honestly, do I see Nabisco buying Oreo? Or I'm sorry, like Nabisco buying fucking Wana gummies? I hope, bro. Like,
Yeah.
that shit
Well,
sounds...
what about big tobacco?
Ooh, good. I don't know if I can answer this on air.
oh,
I haven't signed an NDA. It doesn't matter. Ha. So, actually, these high tea folks,
yes.
they,
what are
tastes
these?
so good.
So shout
do
out
taste
high
good.
tea. So there's this clove cigarette I used to smoke back in the day called Black by Dejarum.
Yeah.
Okay,
and the
right?
black,
We all used to smoke them.
Totally.
Okay, so I love them to death. They saw me on social media years ago. I was like, I'd love to work with you, except like I exclusively push weed products. I can't push tobacco.
Okay, yeah.
You know, hopefully in the future we can develop like a hemp product or something. And I would love that. 3 years later, they hit me back.
Wow, they're like, that's actually a good idea. We should do that. And you like gave them the idea.
No tobacco, no hemp, right?
Wait, why don't they want to use hemp?
I don't know. I have no idea. But there's a bird in my ear that there's a company looking to purchase a large amount of cannabis.
Oh.
And they want to buy weed from Rube. So I partnered into a cannabis grow in California, and I have an owner-operator's license out there. Your boy's a cannabis owner on Cali.
Oh, my God. Whoa.
And right now I'm trying to facilitate a cannabis deal to a company that is, represented in the tobacco industry.
Wow.
Okay.
So, like, if I can make that happen, I'll be one of the first people to ever make the crossover from, like, brown to green type shit. Like, I'm in the conversation. Like,
Totally.
fucking tobacco companies.
You are big tobacco. No.
Well, now it's big green, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's just like you're
for
forcing
sure.
big tobacco to like
to make the move.
to make the move, regardless.
Yeah.
And like for me, is how much does that benefit families? Like again, people can think of like the corporate side. I feel like growing up the way I did, like my stepdad was a cop. All my uncles were drug dealers. My father went to jail my father went to Rikers for moving weight, like coke and heroin type shit, bro. Wow. So like, so I see both sides, and like New York, John Gotti's a fucking a god because like he was the leader of the crime mob, a horrible person on paper, had people killed and shit.
Yeah.
But like old ladies in the community let you know that like the gas bill was paid and everybody was eating and stuff like that. So like there's that I feel like middle ground when it does come to the integration of cannabis and tobacco to where like there has been this tobacco, right? Was it built on fucking slavery? So if you're gonna buy into the minute you buy into cannabis, like that money better fucking go, and it will. And, like this is now like being able to use influence in the direction of like, okay, this collab is happening. but like I want you guys to donate some money to this art project. So what's going to happen when Sensi, all right, cool, that piece that I did for the cover, when we auction it off, we're going to donate that to the Last Prisoner project. Like my things that I want to go down in history fighting for is just like restitution to families that have been affected by cannabis law. So, or like drug law. So I can smoke a blunt in the room upstairs when my kids are in your backyard. But like, think of the 90s when like, I'm sure someone's got an uncle who was watching us who went outside to go smoke a fucking joint and then got locked up and no one saw that uncle for a minute, bro. Yeah. And like, what did that do to the entire family? What kind of trauma did people endure? And I feel it's all of our, if you smoke weed, it's your fucking responsibility to make sure like it's right. Not like it's made right. And like those are the things that like I'll advocate for fucking tobacco to do, like this integration, because like it's not going to come by way of
what needs to
federal
happen.
Regulation. Like the government, Joe Biden. Excuse me, I'm not going to drop anyone with like any president like that. I feel is not their fucking like it's their lowest list of priority is to like restitute families from drug war. Right? There's like, I don't know, other shit and legislation that they're trying to pass. So
like
it's
immigration
easy,
and all
right?
This
it's easy
shit.
for people to go and just be like, oh, President A, B, and C just like isn't doing this. Well, like, there's a ton of shit to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And just like good or bad or like whatever the fucking case may be, like your problem's not being gotten to because just like
gridlock.
Yeah, we're all fucking stuck in traffic.
Fucking gridlock.
So like if you're able to use your social influence and your affluence to make shit happen, then fuck yeah, it's your responsibility because we're all trapped in this reality together.
Yeah.
Yes,
Wow.
preach.
Yeah,
Wow, that was amazing.
Yeah, totally.
Sweet. And then second question?
If you could smoke weed with anybody in history, alive or dead, who would it be and what would you smoke?
What?
But it can't be family. It has to be someone.
Okay, yeah, totally. Wait. Not Bob Marley, not John Lennon, not any of the obvious people. Fuck. You know what? If I was able to smoke weed with Snoop Dogg, it's bottom line, like dead or alive, it's just like culturally, that's just like for me, my bucket list, not being RubeZilla, just like being the fucking kid who knew Snoop Dogg was like.
Yes.
Also like watching someone who never stopped being themselves and was able to like, he's on fucking Corona and Capital One commercials. Like he's our new age spokesperson for everything.
Yep.
And like, again, someone who's made me commit to to this life of like representing cannabis in that light, because like he is fucking 50, so in 20 years like I'm up. Like Cheech and Chong are 70, so like who are the modern day
RubeZilla
like
is next
RubeZilla's up, so like I would love to smoke weed with Snoop Dogg off of the fact that the first time I got slapped in the mouth was reciting one of his tracks where they asked the kids what do they want to be when they grow up. And he said, I want to be a motherfucking hustler.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all.
Amazing.
Snoop Dogg.
Thank you so much,
happen.
Ruben. You're amazing.
Thank you, guys.
And so knowledgeable. We're definitely having you back ASAP.
Tight. Word. Thanks for having me.
Yay. Thanks.
Later, y'all.